Good morning, happy Tuesday. I just wanted to come real quick and show you guys the mint and the basil that I started from store-bought plants. So I bought the mint and this basil from the farmer's market, and I brought it home and I put it in water and I let it grow roots. And then after that I transferred the herbs to these water jugs that I cut in half. And I know what you see in the store, you see in-ground dirt, soil, and then you see potting mix. I didn't use potting mix. Whenever you're potting in a plant, you should use potting mix, but you may not have it available. In-ground dirt, when you see in-ground dirt, it's normally a lot cheaper. And so what I did was, the difference between the two is in-ground dirt is a lot more dense, because once the plants are in the ground, you have bugs and worms that come in throughout the dirt, and they aerate the dirt and put air in the dirt, and you don't really have that environment in a pot. So that's why you have potting mix for plants that go into containers, and in-ground dirt for things that you're planting in the ground. So all I had was the in-ground dirt, and like I said, it's cheaper. So what I did was I mixed it with peat moss, and you can buy peat moss or you can buy seed starting soil. It has a lot of peat moss in it, and you can mix the two, and then the peat moss sort of aerates the dirt, it lifts the dirt so it's not so compact. So anyway, that's what I did. I took in-ground dirt that I purchased for things that I'm going to put in the ground, and mixed it with some seed starting soil or some peat moss, and that's what I did. If you don't do that, then there is a chance that your plants, the roots on them, could rot because the dirt is so compact and dense. But anyway, so this is the mint that I started, and as you can see, it is growing beautifully. It is getting nice and big, and I'm going to turn it around here. It is doing beautifully. I will transfer this to a bigger pot. I'm actually going to do all of the herbs that I'm doing. I'm actually going to do like an herb stand instead of planting them all over my patio in pots. I have this herb stand, this idea in my head, and it'll be like various pots on the herb stand. And then this is the basil, and it's doing wonderfully. And I know I was talking with someone else, and they were telling me they've tried to bring the basil home and it always dies on them. And the reason why it dies is because when it goes to flower, when it gets the little white flowers and it goes to seed, basil plants die after they go to seed. So if you get some and they flower, you just pull the little white tops off and they won't die. And so there you have it, just my basil and my mint. And this basil smells heavenly. Look at it, it's nice and full. And I'll come out here and I'll pull off these bigger leaves and use them and or dry them. And as you can see, it has lots of new growth in there. Lots of new growth. And it smells really nice. Lots of new growth on these plants. And like there's nice little new bud there on the plant. So these are doing quite well. And next time I'm at the market, I'll pick up more herbs that you can propagate or regrow at home. So there you have it. And I want to go over to my seeds. So I'm going to go across the way to my seeds that I started a couple of weeks ago, and you can see those.